Damn slobs. Hey, Melodic. Yeah, these damn slobs out here. You know, it could be raccoons could have pulled it out of here too. Looks kind of torn up, so maybe you don't see that kind of stuff out here much. I was just talking to this guy's daughter. It's her dad. This guy's like in shape like you wouldn't believe. He said that's all he does is lift weights and ride his bike. Look at these birds fighting. See that bird go in there and grab something? Hey, Chrissy, how you doing? Hey, Becca. No, I have not seen Pam since then, to tell you the truth. I just heard from Jamie on the way out here. I'm going to hook up with her tonight or tomorrow, for sure. Wow, hon. It's cooled off, thank God. Nice, actually. It looked like it was going to rain. I see the planes when I was coming down here. I was going to stop, but I'm kind of taking a lot of photos and video of planes. See, they're landing on 3 left, which they hardly ever do. They're doing some concrete work where I sit up there in the parking lot, so maybe able to catch a few shots on the way home. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Jorge. Hey, Selena. Yeah, wasn't that cool with Marguerite? Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. You know, it's cool in the sense that you think that, you know, when I was coming down here a long time ago, I can remember first seeing Marguerite like 10 years ago. And, you know, walking up and down, people can give her the time of day. And now look, she's getting along with her daughter pretty well, and people drop her stuff off all day long now. So it's nice to see, really. It's just funny how once it got presented in a social media platform, it's looked at differently. Hey, Dak. Hey, please love me. Hey, Laura. Yeah, it's really nice out here. I guess the one daughter, the red-haired girl, she's a cross-country runner. Family's really into fitness. Yeah, it's been hotter than hell here. Really was today. It hadn't, hon. Daisy said, I'm not running. Feeling good? Oh, yeah, hon. Oh, yeah, huh? Wow, huh? Wow, Daisy just got a kid's ice cream cone. Wow, hon. Feeling good? You know, there were 2 birds over here, like, grabbing stuff out of the water, small, and they had white heads. I don't know what the heck that would be. They were fighting. Question and answer. Yeah, I've done that before, yeah. Yep. Yeah, Daisy's a great dog. Hey, Jonna. Hey, Tassie. Yeah, it's nice out here. Hey, Michael, how you been? There's tons of walnut trees around here. This is kind of an odd place for one, but here it is, right on the water. Hey, Anna. Oh, you getting hot weather out there as well, huh, Sherry? Yeah, they have great food. Have you ever eaten there, Melodic? Have you ever had anything to eat there? Oh, good, Amanda. Hey, Joanne. No, I've been here, actually. I've been here 10 days, believe it or not. I really don't have that much done considering how long I've been here. I just had the guys from the post office bring the stuff in the post office, plus put all my packages, books that I order inside my house for me today. They're just hanging out down here. There's no real reason to get back home. And I really haven't gotten that much done. I got a video uploading now. I got a few more, but I gotta, now there's, a lot of people, I guess, probably just don't feel like being out because of the weather. I don't know what it is, but it's been kind of slow. Yeah, Daisy's having a good time. 90s, huh, Deanna? Wow. I'll take her over here where she can get a drink. Hey, Stephanie. Actually, Gerald doesn't have anything to do with Maddie being down there. That is absolutely false. She had drug issues way before she met Gerald, and she's the same. I mean, I'm around them all the time, and I know people that know them. Gerald's not keeping her down there. Gerald's not pimping her. That's all absolute bullshit. I mean, people don't like the relationship, I guess, which is why they make these things up, but they don't know what they're talking about. She's down there on her own volition, and honestly, from what I've observed, if anybody's wearing the pants in that family, it's Gerald. I mean, it's Maddie. It's Maddie. Hey, Erica, how you feeling? Well, I don't think anybody really loves the lifestyle. You know, you get caught up in this addiction, and you know, you're broken down mentally, and it's hard to get out of. I mean, it's, you know, this heroin addiction is a whole nother level of like a trap. Hey, BJ. Oh, were you, Natalie? You know what I'm talking about then. But, you know, I don't know whether it's because he's black or because she's a pretty blonde or what, but it's constant comments about, you know, Gerald, pimping. They just have no idea. I block and ban most of them because they don't have the faintest idea what they're talking about. If I thought that was happening, I would tell you about it. And like I said, with my observations, and I don't know everything, I think it's the opposite. Oh, you're not so good? What's the problem? Just a lot of pain? Oh, Ginger. Oh, okay. Yeah, poor old Ginger. I saw her again today driving down Michigan Avenue. Yeah, Gerald's a nice guy. Hey, Dave. Nah, you know, I grew up on this river. I was born here, actually, just downstream a little bit, and it's not that great of fishing. I mean, the argument against it is there's too much to eat. It's dark. There's tons of bugs, tons of stuff to eat, so they don't go for the bait like they would in maybe a colder water climate. I don't know if that's true or not. When I was like in the 11th grade or 10th grade, the DNR decided to come down and put that stuff in the water that depletes it of oxygen and all the fish die. And what they were thinking is they were going to get rid of all the crapfish and stock it with better fish to make it more of a attractive place for sports fishing. And I can remember hearing two guys talk that came down to the river. What happened? All the fish died and they all floated to the top. And they contracted with a company that made cat food. And they scooped them all up. And I can remember hearing two guys from the DNR talking, saying that they were absolutely shocked at how many sport fish there were compared to like carp and shad and catfish. and they never did it again. So I don't know. I hope they've refined their decision-making process over the years, and the fishing never really seemed to change much. But we used to shoot carp with bow and arrows when they'd spawn. But you know, you'd catch a decent fish here and there. I remember one time in all those years of fishing, we were using minnows one time, and we caught 2 bass and like about 20 crappie. And we never saw another crappie again, and neither did anybody else. So I don't know what the deal is. There's a dam that's south of here, right in Flat Rock, which is where I was born. And you could net shad and all those kind of things as they were swimming around this little mini waterfall. But as far as, this isn't a destination for fishing. Smallmouth bass, but nothing great. Nothing at all like where I live. Yeah, that's right. I live up north. Is it just a lot of pain, Erica? Is that what you're having? A lot of pain? Yeah, you'll be getting over that inflammation. I mean, it seems like you shouldn't have done it now, but you'll be fine. I wouldn't have a problem with those pain medications. It's not like you're going to get turned into a pill addict, because that's what they're for. Hey, Tammy. Yeah, quitting the habit. You're right, Carla. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, I never, the funerals, I didn't, I just knew about Penny, had a little one. I didn't really know her. Actually, that's the only time I ever talked to Penny. And Angel, I kept in touch with a close family friend through the whole thing. They eventually had a little private, low-cost service. She was cremated and buried. And Raven, the family wanted to keep it private. Even though I wish the best for them and help them out if I could, I don't know them that well. I mean, it just seemed kind of corny, like inappropriate, like to do that, I think. I mean, it's not that kind of relationship, you know what I mean? I don't want to make it turn into something that, other than what it was, a casual acquaintance. No, I don't think I'm going to meet up with Mimi. I did talk to Mimi on the phone, though. I mean, Mimi is a super sharp person, well-spoken. She's got a good job now, and, just trying to put those days behind. It's funny, the different personalities and how their videos and interaction with me manifest themselves after they get clean. Some people are like Tassie. It's like, well, that's the way it is, and this is my life, and I'm an open book, and I'm doing great now, no big deal. And other people, it's like, oh, geez, that's just something I wish would go away, which I'm fine with. It's no problem. Yeah, Maddie's still alive. Yep, doing well. Yep. I just uploaded a video with Maddie. Yeah, it's nice out here. Yeah. Hey, Russian chick. Hey, Mark. Oh, no kidding, Natalie. Wow. Well, I'm going to, if it ever gets cooler, which it has right now, I'm planning on, I think I'm going to take a trip out west. I wanted to do that last fall. It just didn't work out. There's a little baby groundhog down there. See him take off? That didn't work out. I'd like to get out to North Dakota, Montana, cut down through South Dakota, Nebraska. That kind of thing. You having fun, hon? Having a good time? Good girl, huh? I haven't been out there in a long time. Will the van make it? Are you kidding me? Better believe it. Yeah, I've been out Route 66 a million times. That's actually kind of a boring trip. It was probably good back in the old days. I've been out there a million times. I just haven't been out there lately. But I spent a lot of time out west, and I haven't been out to Rapid City in about probably 20 years, something like that. Haven't been out to Glacier National Park in about 20 years either. Get out there, there's some cross-country runners. I don't know whether they're practicing or it's a meet. There's a bunch of them now. It must be practice. A ton of kids over there. Yeah, I was gonna go west, and then I wanted to go in the fall. And then I sold a couple buildings I had downtown finally, and the closing kept getting jacked around. And then it something happened, like it got cold, or there was some weirdness that happened. Why I think what happened is it got snow, or there was something that just maybe it got too cold. I forget why I didn't go, but I would have gone had the original closing date happened, and it didn't. Kept getting postponed. I've been very lucky with the ability to travel. I sold a business in '92, and then I moved to Florida, and I left there in '98. And when I moved to Chicago, I didn't work for the first 6 years I was there. All I did was travel, take road trips, spent a lot of time in Alaska. Then I kind of cut my travel down for a couple more years. And then I started working again. And then I stayed there till about 10 years ago. And then I came up to West Branch. And I've taken regional trips, but no big long road trips like I used to take. Hey, Natalie. I've been to Miami. Yeah, sure. I got a place actually in West Palm Beach. Yeah, I'm lucky to be able to go where I want. I mean, I had a couple rough years there. I was cash poor for a while. Couldn't sell anything. I had assets, but you didn't want to give them away. The timing was tough, and finally things kind of turned around. But assets, assets are great to have, but they don't buy groceries. Oh, thank you, Rachel. Yeah, you're welcome. I have a good time doing it. Oh, that's good, Tanya. Yeah, I never messed around with drugs. I mean, I drank here and there, and I've tried gummies for the last couple months, but I don't really think they're my thing. These are actually purple martins that are swimming around or flying around here. And for some reason, that one just had a light-colored head. Purple martins, yeah. Bye, cat. So I think I'm going to get back to doing a little more. I'm going to print some photos of Marguerite and people I know. And that's the real reason why I switched camera equipment. Plus, if you notice, the still photography is so much clearer. That's because those are full-frame 46 megapixel shots. Really helps. And I'm shooting in 4K. I don't really like the video camera I have. I'm going to upgrade that. But to tell you the truth, now as things have evolved, back in the day, a new camera would come out and you'd read a review on it, and you'd kind of look and, look for the features that you were interested in. Well, now there's so many ways to evaluate things. Honest to God, with, let's say, the 50 new cameras that came out this year, when you really get in and start researching them, there's something wrong with all of them. I mean, it's hard to pull the trigger on one. It's not like one's just a runaway from the other. It's so crazy. Yeah, personal. You think they're too personal, Brina? You think they're too personal, the questions I ask? I actually think I go light on them, to tell you the truth. You kind of feel it out as you're going. I don't have any scripted, there's another little baby woodchuck up there. I don't have any scripted format. I kind of wing it. And sometimes you can tell people are trailing off. Sometimes they really get into the conversation and you just take it longer. I just kind of play it by ear. I'm sure there's most of them I could do a better job on. Oh, your questions. Oh, gotcha. Oh, all right. Daisy, you asking questions, hon? I've never had a dog that was this verbal. I mean, she communicates mainly by sound, believe it or not. Oh, she'll chase a woodchuck. Actually, when I first got Daisy, I brought her down here and she saw a woodchuck and she tore after it and beat it to its hole and sat on the hole, and the woodchuck started making this weird, chirping noise. And Daisy backed away until the woodchuck took off, and she went and bit him right in the ass, and it screamed, and then it went in the hole. So she will definitely chase it. Now, she chases the cats around my house, but she doesn't try to bite them. But if she gets an opportunity, she'll bite them. I'm not really sure what Daisy is. I think she's like a Shih Tzu and some kind of bulldog. Comes these kids running. See, what's nice about Daisy is she's not really a problem. Like, all these kids are going to be running by here, and I don't need to worry about her taking off or biting them or anything like that. No, I hardly ever talk politics, to tell you the truth. I mean, especially in this day and age. You know, back in the day, like, you know, you had a candidate, or you did your straight ticket voting, but it's just, man, I am so tuning out from the news. It's unbelievable. I'm just sick of it. I couldn't even like call myself a staunch supporter of any particular party. Hey, you're in first place. Good job. Good job. Yep. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Good. How you doing? They're nice kids. This is kind of, this is like middle class here. These kids are all very nice. Hey, Renee, how you doing? No, I'm not going to watch it. I think it's an embarrassment to boxing. You know, I've been a big time fight fan my whole life. Uh, I think it's a joke. I really do. How you doing? Good. It's too hot to run. Too humid. Yeah, yesterday. You ran yesterday, huh?
Yep.
Wow. What do you go to Huron? No, I don't. I think, I mean, I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I think I know a fair amount about boxing. And Roy Jones Jr., who was just a freak. You know, I had season tickets to the Beach Dogs, which was a CBA team when I lived in Florida. And he's a hell of a basketball player, too. Now, there's no way he'd have been good enough to even play in the CBA. But he can ball, man. I'm not kidding you. He's an athletic guy. Just a freak boxer, you know, left his hands down all the time. And as you age, what starts happening is your punching power disappears. So at the age Mike Tyson and Roy Jones are, it's a joke. I'd rather see two old ladies fight over a tub of applesauce. The punching power is gone. It's no fun. You watch this year too. Watch Tom Brady get his ass handed to him. If you think Bill Belichick got rid of him because he thought there was something less, I got news for you. And if you follow his statistics and you watch a game or games that he played last year, his long ball's gone. And he's not a very mobile guy to begin with, so they do this with a lot of guys. They did it with Brett Favre. They did it with Eli Manning. They did it with Peyton Manning, who went out to Denver. They didn't win the Super Bowl in Denver because of Peyton Manning. The defense won it. I mean, there's a shelf life for being a pro athlete. And nobody seems to, other than Jim Brown, want to accept that exit strategy. Yeah, but neither one of them have any power anymore. They really don't. You know, you see Mike Tyson in YouTube videos now, and for a guy that old, he looks pretty good. But I guarantee you, I could get club fighters 16 years old at that weight class all across the country that beat him into a coma. I'm not kidding you. Chiefs, yeah, boy, you got the Chiefs, man. That Mahomes. Just talk about a guy who the NFL just fit him to a T with his skill set. You know, I'll tell you another lucky thing, and if you follow sports, you realize this over the years, and that is that a lot of times you're lucky who drafts you. I mean, there's guys that end up going to a couple teams, getting cut, and never get back into the big leagues. And it's based on the coach, the offensive scheme they ran, that kind of thing. It's going to be interesting to see. Brady's old. You know, everybody likes to think you're just as good as you were, and maybe you can't be as mobile, but you can still throw. That's horseshit. And you don't learn at the same rate like you did when you were younger. And that's a pretty complicated offense in Tampa. And so even though if you're an intelligent person, it'll be interesting to see how Brady adapts to this offense. I don't really give a shit because I don't watch football that much. But he's an old guy. I mean, I'd be willing to bet anybody out there the success of him. You take a guy like Mahomes or something like that. I got an idea this freak is going to have better statistics than anyone if he can stay healthy. But you never know. Who'd ever thought RG3 would be making minimum salary and that Kirk Cousins, who was absolutely terrible coming out of Michigan State, would be making $30 million a year? It's all on who selects you, who gets hurt. Kirk Cousins making $30 million a year, and RG3 making minimum salary. It sounds like a punchline in a comedy skit, but it happened. You can send things. I wish you'd just send them in a card or something if you could, Renee. Something small. I still got a ton of stuff to hand out. Hey, synchronized swimming. I mean, I think that's fun to watch. I think it's not, there's skill involved. Try it sometime. And I'll tell you another thing. I don't know if you guys have ever got to be near somebody that was a college level swimmer. It's unbelievable how fast they go through the water. I'm not kidding you. I mean, it's there. It's fast. Yeah, I'll tell you though, this has really put a monkey wrench in the sports things. These colleges, even a place with successful programs with, 1,000,001 sold out games like the University of Michigan, they're already laying people off in the sports. That's what pays the fare for everything. The girls, badminton, and whatever else they do, softball. And when that old golden egg gets crushed, that's why Harbaugh's still there. I'll tell you why, I don't think he's the greatest coach in the year, coach of the year or anything like that. I think he's an average or below average coach. But he's doing what he's really there for. They're still filling the seats and selling out. And as long as you can do that, you don't need to win. Ask the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I don't know how they're doing that. And I watched a couple of these NBA games. I don't follow sports like I used to. I do watch MMA and professional boxing, but boxing's went down the tubes too. I don't watch them like I used to. I used to pay for all the pay-per-views, but MMA, I don't mind paying for a legitimate world-class athlete. But I love MMA. I would never let a son of mine do it. But I don't think it's a legitimate world-class sport. Which is why Floyd Mayweather gets $40 million to fight at 40 years old, and John Jones gets $500,000. The market value is determined by the interest. They're tough guys, I get all that stuff. It's fun to watch them. They're skilled athletes, but they're not world-class athletes. Yeah, Bob Sapp, you can forget that. He at least busted the myth that big muscular guys were automatically tough. Fighting is a skill, just like typing. Look at De La Hoya when they caught him in women's fishnet stocking and bras. He's a monster in the ring. He just likes to cross-dress. One doesn't have anything to do with the other. John Jones, yeah, I would say he is, man. I don't know if you ever follow him. I like John Jones actually, but if you ever, his brother's in the NFL. If you ever go on YouTube sometime and watch the weight that John Jones fools with, watch what he deadlifts. He's not a bodybuilder kind of looking guy, but Jones is a freak athlete. That's why when he gets a hold of these guys, he bends them up like a Gumby. There's a woodchuck right there. Daisy's got her eyes on him. See her looking? Oh, no, maybe she doesn't. She'd have taken off by now. Good for you, Bill. Yeah, I don't even think his lifestyle choices are that big a deal. I mean, what did he get, a drunk driving ticket? And, there's a lot of pressure associated with being a professional athlete. Kind of like having a YouTube channel. Half the people think you're a big asshole. And there's some rabbits you'll chase right here too. And it's not like it's all fun. You're getting it from both ends all the time. This is where the kids sled in the wintertime. Look at that woodchuck. He better take off. Daisy, look at that woodchuck. Look. Look at the woodchuck. Get that woodchuck. Get him. Better take off, woodchuck. Look, she caught the woodchuck. God, why didn't that thing run? Hey, Daisy. 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 See, she bit him in the ass. See her bite him in the ass? That damn woodchuck must be blind. Good girl, hon. Good job. Good job. Did you hear him start making that weird noise? I did tell her to get him, but I thought the woodchuck would run. I'm a negligent owner. Good job, hon. Good job. Atta girl. Did you see her bite him in the ass? That's what she did to the last one 5 years ago. Good job, hon. They say that, Bill. But first of all, every 8 Mile is terrible. And I've been up around that. John R. between 6 and 8 and all that. I never have had luck up there. And there are places, there ain't no way in hell I'm going when the sun goes down. And 6 Mile and John R. is one of those. Once you get north of that Citgo station, you're not getting me back there. The only thing left is that German restaurant and that open church parking lot and nothing. Yeah, did you see Daisy tell you? Yeah, Daisy can be super aggressive. She'll lock down. She can actually hang off a towel. She used to do it all the time. I tried getting her to do it in the hotel the other night. She didn't seem interested. Look at this beautiful sunset. This phone, sucks for sunsets. All right, Lisa. Wow, 310. I think you should quit. I like George Foreman, but he really wasn't a very good boxer. I loved when Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson's ass. I love Mike Tyson, but he boxed his ears off. I just watched a YouTube video with Buster Douglas the other night on YouTube. Yeah, 8 Mile sucks. All the businesses are too far off the road. The traffic's doing 100 miles an hour. It's just no good. I mean, ever since that movie and stuff, everybody wants you to go to 8 Mile, but let me tell you, it sucks. Now over here is where a lot of these walnut trees are. I don't know if you're into walnuts. If you are, let me know. I'll get you a big bag of them. These are all walnut trees. Not all, but mainly right through here. Erica, I hope your back feels better. Yeah, I think it is a lie. I think you're probably right, Sharon. I just never see them. A little muggy, but still nice. Where'd Daisy go? Is that what they said? A few weeks? Wow. Boy, no, see, I hear a plane that it sounds like he's taking off. And if that's the case, then they switched runways. I should not be hearing full throttle. It's not really full throttle, but I hear a loud plane here, and if they did, they're switched runways. Dang it, I knew I should have stopped there first. That's alright, I'm gonna go there no matter what. Come on, where you at? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if any, I don't know if that Polish deli is, I mean, I guess it's probably good. You ought to know. I'll tell you want to go to some good Jewish delis, Zingerman's and Ann Arbor's. I know those guys, actually, when they first started out, Paul and Ari, not that that means shit, but I ate there for 25, 30 years, and it just got to where it was just not worth it. I mean, you're just paying way more than it was worth. If you want excellent, Chicago didn't have any good delis. They had Manny's in Chicago, which sucked. It's kind of like that high grade in Detroit. It's just not quality stuff. If you want excellent Jewish delis, one's not Jewish, but everybody thinks it is. It's Slyman's in Cleveland, and they have 3 others that are absolutely excellent. Really good. They used to have a really good one in Lake Worth, Florida that I ate at for about 5 years. Fantastic. Was probably the best deal I'd ever been to. Glenn, he got caught soliciting an undercover sheriff to kill his wife. He's still in prison, or he's going to get out soon. Yeah, Glenn. It's a Jewish last name. What the hell is it? Schleck or something. You can look it up on Google. Lake Worth deli owner sentenced to 30 years in prison. But good delis are hard to find. You'd think Chicago would be loaded with them, but quite the opposite. Yeah, isn't it? What do you think? What'd you think of Slyman's? Now, I found, as you know, there are different cuts of meat: select, choice, prime, blah blah blah. And the way it's explained to me, you'll never meet friendlier people either than Slyman. They're actually Lebanese. People think they're going to a Jewish deli. They're not. But Slyman's gets the absolute fine. They're landing to the northeast. There's one right there. Slyman's gets the finest cut you can have, that they use for corned beef and pastrami. So you're getting what, I don't think they'd call it prime. I don't even know that they'd call it choice in those kind of cuts. But it's as good as it gets. And it is worth every damn dime. Yeah, they got that Chicago beef, which is okay. I'm telling you, I lived there for 13 years, and I never really found that great of restaurants in Chicago, to be honest with you. Gibson's was like kitty corner from where I lived, and Hugo Frog Bar was attached to it. It was good steak, not great. I used to go to a sushi place that was down from Oprah's studio called Sushi Wabi. And when the economy went south, they went out of business. But, you know, I got a couple good pasta places. I'm not really even into the Chicago pizza that much. But really, I never really found restaurants that I go out of my way to eat at. But, you know, it's all subjective, right? Oh, thank you, Delia. Lowry's, yep, went to Lowry's. I thought it was good. I don't know, you guys probably know this, but you know, the secret to steakhouse is, you know, if somebody takes you your birthday, a good steak, I'm talking about an ass kicker, one that like, wow, this is good steak, should cost you about $125. I'm talking, and that is because, for the first reason, Prime steak. Whether you know this or not, and you probably do, prime steak isn't even available to 99.9% of the butchers, even if you live in an upscale area. It's not. It goes to all the good steakhouses. Ruth Chris, Smith & Malinsky's, Lowry's. I wouldn't even call Gibson's a high-end steakhouse, to be honest with you. That's the first thing. So prime steak is in a league of its own, and if you ever eat it, you'll know what I mean. And the second thing is the commercial ovens that they use to broil steaks. They get up to 1,600 degrees on each side. That's why when you're in a hotel and you're paging through one of those books that they have on the desk of things to do, and you open up a steakhouse, it's like charred on the outside, medium rare in the middle, and you can't figure out why you can't make those like that at home. It's because you can't get that kind of heat. Hey, Days, this way, hon. This way, honey. Come on, hon. Hey, come on, honey. Come on, Daisy, baby. You can't broil the outside without overcooking the middle. So it's two things. It's the quality of the meat, the grade, and what they use to cook it in. That's why they taste so damn good. Hey, Angie. Hey, Tammy. Yeah, filet's good, you know. When you get into those upper, and believe me, I've probably had 10 prime. I bet I've only had like 5 prime steaks in my life. And to be honest with you, I got every one of those in New York City along the way. But it is like really good. Now you're not going to get a prime lobster tail. A lobster tail is a lobster tail is a lobster tail. But when it comes to meat, particularly steak, treat yourself to a good steakhouse. You know, and just forget about what it costs, and you'll understand what I mean. I learned all this stuff the hard way. There's a butcher not far from me down in Alger, Michigan. That's where I get that fresh made beef jerky, which I'd be glad to send people as soon as it gets cooler. And I don't know what the score is on the daughters, but they're all very well spoken, knowledgeable. It almost seems like they went to French finishing school, more than just polite. And the one daughter's got a master's from Northwestern, the other one went to Stanford or something. I mean, they're educated, cultured people. And she told me about this book called Craft Meats, C-R-A-F-T Meats, and I bought it used on Amazon. And it goes through everything about meat, and the cuts, aged meat, how they're finished off. Two big things with meat, believe it or not, is how the animal is finished off. In other words, grass-fed, staying away from grains. And you know the number one thing that'll make meat go bad? It's stress. There's a hormone that mixes with a stress cycle in an animal that does something to the taste of meat. That's why on all the prime stuff, you know, I don't know whether they, you know, I don't know how they do it, but if you get meat stressed out before it's butchered, you will notice it in the taste. And people that claim that, like, if somebody's, like where I live in a little town like West Branch, people, they'll start telling me how good the meat is at Safeway. I already know that they don't know what they're talking about. Now, if it's stew meat, or, you know, they pound it with a ball peen hammer for an hour and a half, but that's not even, most of that meat is not even select grade meat. In other words, it's not even graded. It's just crap meat. It's like Ponderosa. You know, you can put a ton of seasoning and a bunch of tenderizer and all, MSG and whatever else you have to do, and that probably tastes good to a lot of people, but it's nothing at all like quality meat. I mean, quality meat is almost cost prohibitive now. Costs too much. Yeah. Yeah, we'll read it, yep. Outback is so-so. I would call it good, not great. Good, not great. Well, there's a place up north, and I don't know if you guys have ever eaten at a Lucky's. They used to have excellent meat, and then I was told, now I don't know this 100%, that they switched their purveyors and now they get their meat from Mexico. Just because you get meat from Mexico doesn't mean it's automatically bad. So I don't know what the deal is that, but people have said it's not as good as it used to be. Yeah, I know, Erica. I do too. Oh, barbecue steak? Yeah, there's definitely lots of tricks to it, you know? Sure are. I'll tell you what's really a lot of tricks to, believe it or not, is good ribs. There's a place called Red Bone. It's in Greektown. I used to go there, but I don't like leaving Daisy in the car anymore. It's a pain in the ass to park. Their ribs are a little bit expensive, but they pay high rent. I think it's $31 or $2 a full slab, and their ribs are excellent. And that's a long process. They're marinated. That back strip is taken off, the baby backs. They're seasoned. They're aged a little bit, and then they're charred. Then they're barbecued. Then they're kind of braised at the end. It's a lot of bullshit to go through. No wonder they're $32, but those ribs are excellent. Satchel's in Ann Arbor, unfortunately, they're closing their downtown location. Excellent ribs. Really good ones. Hey, Deanna. Oh, interesting, Rachel. Good, Deanna. Hey, Patrick. It's still pretty humid out tonight, though. Yeah, Paul's Champa. Where's that located, Dolly? Here, what the hell is this thing? Oh, this is a wrap for in case the kids hit their snow in the wood pole. You got to make everything idiot-proof now. I thought it was a piece of paper at first. Yeah, it's a pipe. There's somebody here. Usually these cars parked are runners or bicyclists. I don't really see it. It's like this a lot, you know. I get my money's worth out of this place, believe me. I'd send them money even if I didn't come here. I would support these parks. Same with Barnes & Noble. You buy everything off Amazon, they're going to go out of business. Hey, Mark. Yeah, I've been all over the East Coast. Yep, sure have. Yep. Connecticut, all those states. I don't like that traffic out there. Yeah, we had in Chicago, that's one thing they had. Texas de la Brazil, I think it's called. I like those Brazilian steakhouses. And it's because of the preparation and the seasoning and the charbroiled. But it's not a quality meat. They don't use quality meat, but they make up for it. I shouldn't say they make up for it. It's still good. They have one in Detroit, actually. Hey, Akron, Ohio. Love down there. I've been down there doing photographs quite a few times. I was going to Cleveland Clinic for a while. Wish more of the rubber plants and old steel companies were around. James Trafficant, one of my all-time favorites. I think he got railroaded and screwed. It's too bad he had his life ended that way. He beat the IRS and representing himself, which is like being a professional athlete. Don't eat goat, huh, Rachel? Oh, Groesbeck. You know, I never get over there around those places. Like my whole life. Once in a blue moon, but hardly ever. You know, I'm not a big dessert eater, honestly. I really don't have a favorite. I never was too much of a sweet eater. I really don't have one because I hardly ever eat it, believe it or not. I mean, I like a good strawberry shortcake, which isn't, the world's most complicated dessert, with fresh strawberries and homemade stuff and homemade whipped cream. But It's hard to get. Rick's, I didn't even see him on here. I didn't see him on here. Let me look. I don't know. I didn't see it. I can only see like three things at a time. Yeah, Texas de Brazil, it's good. I think it's really good. I haven't been there in a long time, actually. I like it though. I haven't been there probably 5 or 6 years. I should go to the one in Detroit. Yeah, I did hear from Jamie. Actually, she got a hold of me on the way out here. I'm going to meet her tonight or tomorrow morning. Yeah, can any of these troublemakers you see on here. You still a little human, hon? No, I do not want a pad. No way. It's too big. I just bought a 5 terabyte small WD external hard drive because I've been down here too long. And I don't have that much storage on my laptop. Man, it's really nice, fast, small. It's like $100 worth every dime. And it's actually fast enough. As an experiment, I downloaded my 4K video on it and did that video I'm uploading now of Ivy, and it came right up just like it would have been on the hard drive on the laptop itself. So that's good. I've got some of the old SATA drives and they're a little bit slow, and I worried about that. But this thing is beautiful. Yeah, I mean, there's, the interviews kind of, it's all the subject you interview, and they just kind of take on a life of their own, to tell you the truth. Some go south and are boring, and others, like Ginger's, was great, and it's because of what Ginger had to say. At that spur of the moment time we crossed paths. Ginger's kind of like Maddie. I was driving down Michigan Avenue today looking for people. I drove my ass off today and didn't get one single interview. It was hot as hell. And here I happen to look over and there's somebody waving, smiling. Of course, it's Ginger. She's always in such a pleasant mood. Yeah, thank you, Johnny Pie. Yeah, she likes these, you get them at Walmart. They're in the orange and white bag. And they've got duck, lamb, and chicken on them, like it's stuck on there. 3 little dabs. They're not that much. You can get the small bag for like 3 something. She loves those. Let's get on this side, hon. Let's go on this side, honey. I got bottled water on the other side. Good girl, hon. Now she will chase a toy, but I'm always doing other stuff with her, Yeah, Ginger's cool. Yeah, Maddie's a sweetheart. Yeah, she's sweet. Her boyfriend's a good guy too. His interview is being uploaded right now. But as I said, it's a really slow upload. So I started that about a half hour before I left. But it ought to be coming up at, I don't want to say any minute, because by the time it's uploaded and the time it processes, and also YouTube does this thing now to make sure there's no, weird shit in there somehow. But I've been grading myself. I got a perfect score on grading my own videos. They ask you to grade your own videos, like for content. So there's no sense lying about it or bullshitting, because if you start getting a crappy, they find out you're approving your own videos and they got a bunch of crazy shit in them, so I'm just being honest, It's stupid not to be. It's not like you're gonna get away with anything. I'm gonna head by the airport. and get off. Look at this beautiful sunset. Wow. Like a burning orange sky. Yeah, it doesn't look that good on this camera, on this phone, but it's really beautiful. Oh, thanks, Mark. I'm gonna actually get off at Eureka, which I never do. I do get off there, but I'm gonna go west. I think I can set up in a parking lot because they're landing on 3 left, which they hardly ever do. Now tonight's cooled off a lot, and I plugged my phone in, but I was down to around 10%. So it's always a guessing game on if it's going to charge. Well, it's down to 5%. So when you see the old timer light come on, that's going to be it until I can recharge, which will be a couple hours. So appreciate you listening in. I'd keep it going all the time if I could, but that'll be the end of the road till I get set up out the airport. No, in Michigan there's no law for cracked windshield. No. Believe me, if there would have been, I'd have got 2 tickets instead of 1 when I had Daisy on my lap. You know, I don't know about you guys, but you know, sometimes I'll be like watching something or doing something, and I'm glad when it ends for some reason, like a battery or something, because I want to get some other things done, but I'm having fun doing something else. So I always think, yeah, it sucks that we can't keep talking, but at least these people will be able to watch their favorite show or do their laundry. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I gotta get some photos of this. This is exceptional. Wow. Can you hop over there, honey? Good girl. Come on, you can go with Dad. Come here, hon. Here, Daisy. Over here. Over here. This way. Look at this sunset. Wow. This is a good one. Good girl, hon. Good girl. Yeah, this is really nice. Planes landing too. Get a drink, hon. Get a drink. Yeah, it really is. The pictures will look way better. A couple ducks floating out there. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, wait till you see the pictures. They're way better than this phone. They get a drink too, so that's good. Yeah, this is great. The colors are real rich. Nice clouds too. It's barely caught this. Another 5 minutes, it would have been too late. On Golden Pond. This is on Golden Pond, Daisy. What do you think of that? Daisy's in the mud. It's cool on her feet, that's why. You know, once in a while I'll get lucky on some photos like this, and places will call me and ask me if they can buy one. I just give them to them. The city of Windsor did that about 7 years ago. It was lucky, you know, the sun was coming up. I took them from Detroit, and you could see the casino in the background. I don't care. I give them away to anybody that wants them. Daisy, come on, don't get too muddy, girl. Oh, Bloomington, Indiana. I've been there a lot, yeah. Yeah, it's actually pretty light here still, you know. Bloomington, you ever run into Rex Grossman down there? Played for the Bears for a while. Look at her walking around that mud, sitting in the mud. Look, she just, oh yeah, oh, she just laid down in the mud. That cool for you, hon? That cool on your belly? That cool on your belly? That cool on your belly, honey?